People seem to be under the impression that because Vegeta is training with God of Destruction Beerus in the current arc of Dragon Ball Super, that at some point in the future Vegeta will assume the role of a God of Destruction, of a Hakai, whether it be for Universe 7 or for another universe. Is this really going to happen though? Will Vegeta at some point become a God of Destruction? Let's discuss. So just to catch you up on what's going on in Dragon Ball Super. So Vegeta's training with Beerus right now, and Beerus is of course the Hakai of Universe 7, and he wants to show Vegeta God of Destruction techniques such as the Hakai, because there seems to be, after the conversation that Beerus had with Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 69, that being a Saiyan, or at least being a Saiyan elite, or a warrior of the warrior race, kind of makes you a little bit more prone to destroying things. And Vegeta in his youth was certainly one that would fit that characteristic. And as Beerus taunts Vegeta, he's reminding him of the sins that, his race committed. Even though Vegeta himself admitted that even his own father made a huge mistake, it was still something that brought back memories of Vegeta's youth. What never ceases to amaze me about the Dragon Ball fandom, and this is not everybody, but it's a chunk of people, especially Vegeta fans, is that the ones that always talk about how much Vegeta had development and how in Dragon Ball Z he was the most developed character, which he may as well have been, because that's not entirely wrong. He was pretty damn developed in Dragon Ball Z, and actually into Dragon Ball Super as well. It's amazing that so many people, even the ones who say this, don't understand Vegeta's character. These same people who talk about how much they love Vegeta don't even understand what Vegeta has become, and that the Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super is not the same Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, especially the early part of the series. We already know Vegeta's history. He grew up an elite, he grew up a prince under his father, in several battles, and was told numerous times he would be the one to inherit the throne of planet Vegeta and be one of the strongest fighters in the universe. But of course, then he met Goku, the pauper, the low-class Saiyan, who taught him that hard work and discipline can get you just as far as your bloodline. Now, that's the beauty of the Goku-Vegeta relationship. Moving on to Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta, starting with the Buu Saga and on, really has changed. Actually, you could even trace it back to moments in the Cell Saga as well. Vegeta has changed. And if you remember, earlier in Dragon Ball Super, on two separate occasions, Whis brings up that Vegeta should be the one to inherit the position of God of Destruction. As Vegeta is asking Whis for training, this was after Battle of Gods, but before Resurrection F, during those 4 in-betweener episodes, Vegeta asked Whis to train him, and he said, sure, if you take the position of God of Destruction. So, does this mean that Beerus is getting old? Will he be retiring soon? We really don't have an answer to this, because we don't know anything about the history of Beerus when it comes to the position of being God of Destruction. However, with that being said, Vegeta straight up didn't reply to Whis in an interested manner. I don't think Vegeta is in any way interested in being God of Destruction. If you've been paying attention to Dragon Ball Super, you know that Vegeta has changed. Vegeta is now a family man. Vegeta cares about Bulma, he cares about Trunks, and he cares about his daughter Bra, or Bulla, whatever name you want to call her. Her real name is Bra, but the dub censorship called her Bulla, and I understand why, but you know who I'm talking about, right? Anyways, beginning with the sacrifice that Vegeta made in Dragon Ball Z against the, at the time, invincible Majin Buu, when he was Majin Vegeta, the 3 people who helped change Vegeta the most are his wife, his son Trunks at the time, and of course Kakarot. And those are the characters that really have enveloped and really have surrounded Vegeta's life since he killed Nappa and went off on his own. Now, after the Buu Saga in Dragon Ball Super now, or at least in the 10-year time skip that Super takes place in, Vegeta has numerous times brought up these characters. He took Trunks on a vacation that he promised him. He defended the life of Kakarot against Frieza, explaining to Frieza that he needs Kakarot in order to make himself stronger, that he helps push him into better directions. He has, on multiple occasions, told other characters that he's kind of a different guy now. Even against the battle with Jiren, he stated that he wanted to fight for his wife, and he was almost to the verge of getting a full breakdown as he was thrown out of the Tournament of Power. And again, he thought about his wife. And then if you go into Dragon Ball Super Broly, what was Vegeta's motivation there? To protect the Earth from Frieza. So Vegeta has become, I mean, let's keep it real, he's become a totally different guy now. He's pretty much like a freedom fighter now. Not fully, but even in the moral arc, remember how this guy was empathizing with the Namekians and thinking back to the fact that he killed several of them way back in the Frieza saga? This is a different Vegeta, okay? Vegeta does not give a shit about being the God of Destruction, okay? And it's weird to me that Vegeta fans who seemingly claim to understand the character can't figure out that this is not going to happen. Now, could he change his mind? Yeah, I guess he could change his mind, but what would be the point? He would have to stay on that weird planet with Whis. He couldn't see his family. Probably couldn't train. I mean, maybe he could, maybe he could. We don't really know what Beerus does. And when you really think about it, why would Vegeta even want to be a God of Destruction? It's a mundane, boring life. You're on that planet, and you're just destroying things because it's your job. Whereas Vegeta, I feel like, would rather destroy things because he wants to do it, even though this is a different Vegeta from the one that we first met all the way back in the early part of Dragon Ball Z. So, no, Vegeta will not be a God of Destruction. I don't see that happening. Maybe he'll change his mind. Maybe Beerus will retire, but that seems very unlikely. Vegeta can learn things from not only Beerus, but also Whis, and they both have, he and Goku, but that does not mean he'll take the title of God of Destruction. He might even learn to do the stuff that Toppo was doing in Tournament of Power, but that does not mean that he will actually take the gig, because being a God of Destruction is a totally different game, and I do not see Vegeta doing that. And honestly, if you really think he would, like based on the character we've seen in the past in Super and even in Dragon Ball Z, I would highly advise you to go back and re-watch Dragon Ball Z in Japanese and Dragon Ball Super and read the manga so you really understand Vegeta's character, because it's just not, it doesn't fit him anymore. Maybe when he was younger, for sure it would. I'm sure it would. But this is a much different Vegeta. With that being said, thank you. Leave a like and help me out with the YouTube algorithm. If you enjoyed this video, I appreciate it. And check these out as well.